Mandy and Aaron Dingle had some good fortune in their efforts to help Paddy and Dylan Penders out of their legal troubles in tonight's Emmerdale, as a surprising character offered to help them out. The development came after they tried, and failed, to persuade Laurel Thomas to lie to the police. Paddy and Dylan are currently in hot water for perverting the course of justice when it comes to the murder of villainous Ray Walters at the hands of Bear Wolf. At the start of today's episode, the Dingles were informed that the pair may not even get bail, and could face a life sentence, unless a more credible witness came forward to confirm that Bear killed Ray in self-defense. Such a witness would not only be massively helpful for Bear's case, but they would also help lessen the severity of the charges faced by Paddy and Dylan. With that in mind, Mandy and Aaron set about trying to find that crucial extra witness. After Laurel Thomas expressed that she wished there was something she could do to help, they asked her to lie for them. "I can't," Laurel answered. "I'm really sorry. I'm going to be sorry for the rest of my life. Every part of me wants to say yes, but I've got Dottie and Arthur, who'd look after them if I got sent down." When Arthur learned that his mum declined to help, he himself stepped up. He approached Aaron and Mandy in the wolf pack with a proposition. "I'll do it. I'll lie to the police. Just tell me what you want me to say," he said. "My mum is too scared to. I'm not." When Mandy tried to turn him away, he went on. "There's things you don't know, me being one of the last people to see Ray. I had a run-in with him after he left our house. I saw him that day. I talked to him. I could do this. And I wouldn't be lying as well. Not about everything, anyway." When Aaron sent Arthur to the bar while he discussed it with Mandy, Mandy appeared ready to jump at the offer. Will they let Arthur come to their rescue and get Paddy and Dylan out of trouble? And how will Laurel react when she finds out? The air inside the woolpack was thick with tension. Not the usual kind. The hum of gossip, the laughter, the clink of glasses. This was different. Heavy. Uncertain. Like the entire village was holding its breath. Because somewhere, behind cold walls and locked doors, Paddy Kirk and Dylan Penders were waiting. Waiting for answers. Waiting for hope. And running out of both. It had all spiraled so quickly. One moment, they were trying to protect each other. The next, they were facing the possibility of prison. Serious charges. Perverting the course of justice. A crime that didn't just carry consequences. It carried stigma. A mark that would follow them for life. But it wasn't just about Paddy and Dylan. At the center of everything was Bear Wolf. The man who had killed Ray Walters. The man who had confessed. And the man who now faced the terrifying possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars. Inside the woolpack, Mandy Dingle paced the floor like a caged animal. Her mind racing. Her heart refusing to accept defeat. "There's got to be something," she muttered. Across from her, Aaron Dingle leaned against the bar, his expression hard but focused. "There is," he said. Mandy stopped. "What?" "A witness." The idea wasn't new. They'd already discussed it. But now, it felt urgent. Critical. "If someone can say Ray was dangerous," Aaron continued, "that he was going to hurt Dylan, then Bear's self-defense claim stands." "And Paddy and Dylan?" Mandy asked. "It helps them too. There was just one issue. They didn't have that witness. At least, not one willing to speak. That's why they went to Laurel Thomas. If anyone knew what Ray was capable of, it was her. And when they found her, she looked like she already knew what they were about to ask." "I wish I could help," she said softly. Mandy stepped closer. "You can." The silence stretched. Heavy. Uncomfortable. "You just need to tell them what Ray was like," Aaron said carefully. Laurel's eyes flickered. "You mean lie?" No one answered. Because there was no point pretending. "I can't," Laurel said finally. Her voice broke. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Mandy's face fell. "But I've got Dottie," Laurel continued. "I've got Arthur. If I get sent down, what happens to them?" Her words hit hard. Because they weren't selfish. They were real. "I'll regret it forever," Laurel admitted. "And every part of me wants to say yes." But she couldn't. And deep down, they all understood why. What they didn't realize was that someone else had heard everything. Arthur Thomas. Standing just out of sight. Listening. Thinking. And feeling something stir inside him. Later, inside the woolpack, Arthur approached them. His face pale. But determined. "I'll do it." Mandy blinked. "What?" "I'll lie," Arthur said. "To the police." The words landed like a bomb. Aaron straightened immediately. "No." But Arthur didn't back down. "Just tell me what to say," he insisted. "There's things you don't know," Arthur continued. "I saw Ray that day. I spoke to him." Mandy and Aaron exchanged a glance. Because suddenly, this wasn't just an offer. It was complicated. I wouldn't be lying about everything, Arthur added. And that made it worse. Because partial truth can be more dangerous than a full lie. Mandy's heart twisted. Because this could save them. Paddy, Dylan, Bear, all of them. But at what cost? Aaron shook his head. He's a kid. Arthur bristled. I'm not a kid. You are, Aaron said firmly. And you're not doing this. But Mandy hesitated. Just for a second. And in that second, everything was clear. They were desperate. And desperation makes impossible choices feel possible. Aaron pulled Mandy aside. This is a bad idea, he said quietly. I know, Mandy replied. But what if it works? What if it doesn't? Aaron shot back. What if he gets caught? What if he ends up in prison instead? The words hung between them. Heavy. Real. At the bar, Arthur stood alone. Waiting. Watching. Hoping. Because in his mind, this was his chance. To do something good. To make up for everything he carried inside. Back at the station, Paddy and Dylan sat in silence. The future uncertain. The weight of their choices pressing down on them. They didn't know what was happening outside. Didn't know about Arthur. Didn't know about the plan. In Emmerdale, lines were being drawn. Between right and wrong. Between truth and survival. Between what people should do. And what they felt they had to do. I just want them home, Mandy whispered. Tears filled her eyes. Is that so wrong? Aaron softened. No. But that didn't make the decision easier. Because in the end, it wasn't about what they wanted. It was about what they were willing to risk. I can do this, Arthur said again, stepping forward. I'm not scared. But that wasn't true. He was scared. He just didn't know it yet. The room fell quiet. Time seemed to slow. And in that moment, everything balanced on a knife's edge. Because in Emmerdale, sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't the truth. It's the lies people are willing to tell. To protect the ones they love. And sometimes, the cost of those lies is more than anyone is ready to pay.